सहनौ भवतु सहनौ भुनक्तु सह वीर्यं करवावहै तेजस्विनावधीतमस्तु मा विद्विषावहै। ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः। Repeat once. Anantarupa Anantanama Adimula Narayana Anantarupa Anantanama Adimula Narayana Anantashayana He Jagannatha Kamalanayana He Madhava Anantashayana He Jagannatha Kamalanayana He Madhava Karuna Sagara Kaliyanartana Karuna Sagara Kaliyanartana He Daya Sindhu Krishna He Daya Sindhu Anantarupa Anantanama Adimula Narayana Vishwarupa Vishwadhara Vishveshwara He Narayana Vishwarupa विश्वाधारा विश्वेश्वर हि नारायण भवभयहरण दीनोद्धरण भवभयहरण दीनोद्धरण हे कृपा सिंधो कृष्णा हे कृपा सिंधो अनंत रूपा अनंत नामा आदिमूला नारायण आदिमूला नारायण ॐ नमो नारायणाय 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 ॐ यं ब्रह्मा वरुणीन्द्ररुद्रमरुतः स्तुन्वन्ति दिव्यैस्तवैः वेदैः साङ्गपदक्रमोपनिषदैः गायन्ति यं सामगाः ध्यानावस्थिततद्गतेन मनसा पश्यन्ति यं योगिनः यस्यान्तं न विदुःसुरासुरगणाः देवाय तस्मै नमः देवाय तस्मै नमः। Humble prostrations to one and all present here. For the next 4 days, we'll be dealing with the 15th chapter of Bhagavad Gita, and the name of this chapter is Puruṣottama Yoga. So what is a unique characteristic about this chapter? It is one of the smallest chapters. How many verses? Just 20 verses. Only chapter 12 is another chapter which also has 20 verses. So this is the smallest chapter. Also, it is this only chapter where Bhagavan calls this chapter as Shastram. Ivam guhyatamam Shastram. Shastram means what? Iti guhyatamam Shastram. Yes. So, in this chapter, all the important topics of Vedanta, of spirituality is covered. So what are the important topics of spirituality? So there are 6 topics. Topic number 1, Jiva Vichara. Topic number 2, Ishvara Vichara. Number 3, Jagat Vichara. Number 4, Bandhana Vichara. Number 5, Sadhana Vichara. And number 6, Moksha Vichara. So the first one is Jiva Vichara. Jiva Vichara means, who is this Jivatma? Who am I? Who am I? Enquiries conducted regarding the beings in this world. Second is Ishvara Vichara. Who is God? Third is Jagat Vichara. What is this world? Jiva, Jagat, Ishvara. Fourth one is Bandhana Vichara. What is bondage? Why are we suffering in this world? What is the cause of suffering? Bandhana, bondage. Number 5, Sadhana Vichara. How to come out of this bondage? What should be done? And number 6, Moksha Vichara. What is liberation? What is this liberation from bondage? How to put an end to all sufferings in this world? Is there such a way? If there is such a way, what is it? How can it be achieved? So these are the 6 topics of spirituality. And all these topics are beautifully covered in just 20 verses. Now, this particular chapter is also chanted just before having food. That is a traditional. So before having lunch and dinner, generally it is a practice to chant this chapter, because this chapter contains the essence of Bhagavad Gita. Also, this chapter is chanted because there is a verse in this chapter which says, Aham Vaishwanaro Bhutva Praninam Deham Ashritaha. I am that digestive fire, Bhagavan says, because of which the food is getting digested. So that way also chapter 15 is very popular, to such an extent that whenever we hear chapter 15, we think of food only. Though the name of the chapter is Puruṣottama Yoga, we are reminded of Bhakshana Yoga only. Mind is united not with Puruṣottama, mind is reminded of food. Anyway, with this introduction, now we enter into this chapter. Repeat once. Om Shri Paramatmane Namaha. अथ पञ्चदशोऽध्यायः पुरुषोत्तमयोगः। श्रीभगवानुवाच ऊर्ध्वमूलमधः शाखम् अश्वत्थं प्राहुरव्ययम् छन्दांसि यस्य पर्णानि यस्तं वेद स वेदवित्। Together, ऊर्ध्वमूलमधः शाखम् अश्वत्थं प्राहुरव्ययम् छन्दांसि यस्य पर्णानि यस्तं वेद स वेदवित्। So in this chapter, the chapter doesn't begin with a question from Arjuna. Rather, Bhagavan himself is initiating a particular topic. So this is what Bhagavan does when Bhagavan understands that there is some topic which is very important, which even though Arjuna has not asked, it must be told. So this is one chapter where the chapter doesn't begin by a question from Arjuna. So now Bhagavan is going to describe in this verse a unique tree. A tree. So what is a unique feature about this tree? Urdhva moolam adhaha shakham. The roots are above and the branches are below. So this tree is sometimes called as samsara vriksha. But what is the name given in this verse? Ashwatham. So Prahuhu, Bhagavan says, they say, the wise people, the great seers of the past, they talk about a tree, a unique tree. It is not like an ordinary tree. It's a unique tree. What is a unique feature about this tree? Urdhva moolam. The roots are above. As far as a normal tree is concerned, the roots are below. But in this case, in this tree, the roots are above. Okay? Adhaha shakham. In the normal tree, you have branches above, but in this tree, branches are below. Is it from inside or outside? Okay, it's okay. That's fine. It's, I think, from some other hall. That's fine. That's okay. No, leave it. Just for half an hour, it's fine. As long as it is not distracting you. Right. So, the discussion is about a unique tree. The roots are above, the branches are below. What else is the uniqueness about this tree? Avyayam. Avyayam means what? Imperishable. Normal tree is perishable, whereas this tree is imperishable. Also, chandamsi yasya parnani. The leaves of this tree, the leaves are the Veda mantras. Chandamsi means the Veda mantras. The Veda mantras are the leaves of this tree. Another important unique characteristic about this tree is Yastam Veda Savedavid. The one who knows this tree knows the entire Vedas. The one who knows about this tree knows everything. Knows the entire Vedas means what? He knows all the 6 topics. What are the 6 topics? Jiva, Jagat, Ishvara, Bandhana, Sadhana and Moksha. The one who knows what this tree is, where this tree is, the one who knows this, he knows everything. And what is the name of this tree? Ashwatha. So now this name also is chosen specifically. Ashwatha actually means people tree. But here the name is given because that word also signifies something. Ashwatha. Tha means that which stays. Shva means tomorrow. That which stays tomorrow is called Shvatha. Ashwatha means what? That which doesn't stay tomorrow, meaning every moment it is changing. This tree is something which is constantly changing. Constant change is the nature of this tree. But at the same time, it remains imperishable. Changing doesn't mean decaying. It changes, but there is no death. It constantly changes, but remains all the time. So how many characteristics have been talked about? Number 1, roots above. Number 2, branches below. Number 3, imperishable. Number 4, constantly changing. Number 5, leaves are the Veda mantras. Number 6, the one who knows this knows everything. 6 characteristics. Now we have to think, what is this tree? This tree is nothing but the tree of transmigration. This tree is nothing but the tree of ego. So in fact, each and every one of us, we are this tree. Don't search this tree outside. Outside you will not find any such tree. Narupamasyeha tathopalabhyate. Don't search for this tree somewhere outside. Look within. You will find that there is a huge tree standing there. If you look within. So this is a description of each and every one of us. How it is, that we'll be seeing. So this tree is called the tree of change. So this constant experience of change is what life is. That is this tree. At different levels, if you see, at the body level, see the change continuously happening. Childhood body grows up, teenage body, adult body, body in the old age, constant change. People around us, what is that one word you will describe? Change. When we were born, there were so many faces looking at us, smiling. Maybe great-grandfather, grandfather, father. Slowly as the years passed by one, they started disappearing. Another generation started coming up. Children, grandchildren, great-grandchildren. You see the change. One generation is slowly wiped off. Another generation slowly comes. That is called as change. In this world of technology, again see the change. Once upon a time, what kind of the world was around us, and slowly how the things are changing. In every aspect we can analyze this. the lifestyle, how 50, 100 years back people used to live, and how now slowly the change has taken place. In every aspect this change is there. So this change is what is represented by this tree. Constant change. In the world, change is happening. Body level, change is happening. Mind level, change is happening. Slowly we become ripened by various experiences. Varieties of emotions, they ripen us, make us mature. Through likes and dislikes, love and hatred, the person becomes mature. That is the emotional level. What about the intellectual level? Again, the transition. Understanding about what is life. In my childhood, I had a particular kind of understanding about life, but slowly with all kinds of experiences, my understanding about life also changes, isn't it? My spiritual personality also changes. My understanding about myself gradually changes. And who is experiencing this change? The experiencer of this change is this tree. Who is the experiencer? I. I means ego, Jivatma. Now, the question is this change welcome or unwelcome? Do you want this change or you don't want this change? No, Swamiji, in many cases change is good. But the problem with this change has got two characteristics. Number one, this change is uncertain. That is the nature of this world. Everything is uncertain. You just don't know what is going to happen. Next moment what is going to happen, you don't know. Change is uncertain, number one. Number two, all this change finally is in the direction of decaying, perishing. Everything in this world decays, dies, they perish. So therefore, actually this change doesn't bring joy. This change only brings sorrow. Whatever you are attached to, whether you like it or not, either that thing will go away or you will move away. That is experience. How much ever successful that person may be, as long as he is living in this body, in this world, nobody leaves this world happily. Everybody leaves the world miserable, irrespective of whether that person is educated or uneducated, literate, illiterate, cultured, uncultured, rich or poor, famous, non-famous, infamous. Everybody leaves this world with sorrow. That is a problem. You can't stop this change. As they say, change is the only changeless law of this world. Change is the changeless law. The only thing which is constant is change. So this change is represented by this tree. And who is this tree? I am the tree. Around me everything is changing. The immediate, what is that which is around me? Physical, emotional, intellectual, spiritual personalities. And around this personality is this world. Everything is changing. Now this experiencer is the only one who is watching all this change. So the whole tree is around this experiencer. And now this verse says, the one who knows this, what he should know? Number one, he should know the experiencer. Number two, he should know the world of experience. The one who knows this knows everything. So the purpose of this chapter is to know all these 6 factors. Now a very important question may come. We will discuss this verse little more detail later. What causes this world around me? What is the starting point? How is this world formed around me? Am I responsible for this world around me, or is it that somebody pushed me into this world? This confusion is always there among people. Why did God create this world, especially when sorrow comes? Why did God create this miserable world, and why did He push me into this world? So somebody answered, Swamiji, God wanted to show His glory. So therefore, He created this world and sent us into this world to experience His glory. Do you agree with this? God wanted to show His omniscience, omnipotence, omnipresence. So therefore, in order to show His glory, Mahima, Vibhuti, He sent us to this world. Can you accept this? You cannot accept. Because if that is the case, why did He create pain? See, in a museum you don't have pain there. You just watch things and come out. Fine, you show your glories, that is good. But don't make me go through the pain of old age, disease, suffering. So that cannot be a proper convincing answer. Why did God send us to this world? So all these questions are answered in the 2nd verse. Let us chant the 2nd verse. Adhaschordhvam prasrutastasya shakhaha guna pravruddha vishaya pravalaha adhascha mūlānyanusantatani karmanubandhini manushya-loke adhaschordhvam prasrutastasya shakhaha guna pravruddha vishaya pravalaha adhascha mūlānyanusantatani adhascha urdhvam prasrutaha tasya shakhaha. This tree, so the root is above, branches are below. These branches prasrutaha, these branches are spread out. Adhascha urdhvam, above and below. And what is the nourishment for this tree? Normal tree is nourished by water, etc. What about this tree? Guna pravruttaha. It is nourished by the gunas. Sattva, Rajas, Tamas. We will see it later. Vishaya pravalaha. It has pravalas. Pravala means nodular bud. So this bud first comes, it comes as a bud, and slowly that bud grows to become the branch. And what is that bud? Vishaya is the pravala. Sense objects are the nodular buds. Adhascha mūlāni anusantatani. Now this tree also has got secondary roots. So in a tree there is a primary root and also there is a secondary root. Primary root is what you call as a tap root, the center one, the main one. And the secondary roots are the ones which spread out in all directions. Now, adhascha moolani anusantatani, secondary roots are spread out, anusantatani. Now, where is this tree found? Manushya loke. In this human world only it is found. In the world of human beings. Now, first we have to understand the relationship between the secondary roots and the branches. So what is the relationship? What is the relationship between secondary roots and the branches? The branches demand nourishment. The secondary roots provide nourishment. So there is a demand-supply relationship. One entity demands nourishment, the other entity supplies nourishment. So therefore you will find when the branches grow, the roots also grow. And the proportion also is there. If the branches are thick, roots are thick. If the branches are long, roots are long. There is a relationship. This nodular bud slowly transforms into a huge, thick, long branch. And as that branch grows, the roots also have to find nourishment. So this is the relationship. This relationship has to be understood for further discussion. Now, here in this case, in this tree, this branch that we see, it represents the outer world. So for each and everything, there is a representation. It is a metaphor. It is a symbolic presentation. So whenever we say there is a symbolic presentation, each and every entity represents something. Now we have to find out how each and every entity of this tree represents something in us, represents something that is happening to us. So what does the branch represent? The branch represents the outer world. Now these branches are spread above, below, etc. So what are the three possible ways in which branches can spread out? Below, parallel to the ground, above. In the same way, we can have three worlds around us. What are the three worlds? Tamasic, Rajasic and Sattvic. Tamasic world. In this world, if you just look around, you will find these three worlds. Broadly, we can classify. The Tamasic world. How do you define a Tamasic world? The world of laziness, the world of ignorance, idleness, the world of delusion. So it's a world of ignorance, let us say. So if you look around the world, what places can be defined as a Tamasic world? Pub, the places of where people drink. Is there bliss? Of course there is. But which bliss is it? The bliss of ignorance. They want to deliberately forget so many things. Knowledge is a problem. Drink is a solution. And that is why the lights are also very dim. In all this club, pub and all that. They don't want light. But minimum light is necessary so that I don't fall anywhere. And generally they choose red light also. Anyway, that is called as Tamasic worlds. The world of too much of violence. The world of hatred. The world of criminals. They are all generally Tamasic worlds. Next world is called the world of Rajas. What is world of Rajas? The world of Rajas is the world of ego, egoistic joys, competitions, comparisons. I want to prove that I am superior to others. Wherever such things happen, they are all rajasic worlds. Then there is sattvic world. What is sattvic world? The world of knowledge, the world of satsang, of meditation, of prayer, of devotion. So here there is no competition, there is only cooperation. Here everybody is trying to give up their ego. In the Rajasic world, everybody is trying to pump up their ego. In Sattvic world, everybody is working on themselves to become a better person. So these are the three worlds. So the branches which are going up, they are the Sattvic world. Branches which are going down, they are the Tamasic world. And the branches which are going parallel, Rajasic. Now, if you see this tree, branches are seen, the secondary roots are not seen. What is the relationship between branch and secondary roots? Branches demand nourishment, the roots supply nourishment. Branches are seen by everyone, roots are not seen. So now branches means the outer world. What should these secondary roots mean? It represents the inner vasanas, desires, inclination. Others are not able to see. Others are able to see my world around me, but they are not able to see the world in me, the thought world in me. They are able to see the material world around me. They are not able to see the thought world in me. Now what is this verse saying? There is a relationship between the thought world inside you and the material world outside you. Exactly like the secondary roots and the branches, there is a relationship. Are you able to understand? No accidents happen here. Now, what is being said is, if you are having a particular kind of thought patterns, those thought patterns will materialize around you. As your thoughts, so will be the world formed around you. This is a law. If your thoughts are tamasic, you will automatically gravitate towards a tamasic world. If your thoughts are rajasic, you will gravitate towards a rajasic world. If your thoughts are sattvic, you will choose such sattvic worlds. The thoughts inside will determine the world outside. So who is responsible for what is happening to me? I alone am responsible. If my thoughts are negative, I will helplessly attract a negative world around me. Many times people have this question, I don't know why all negative things are happening to me. Inauspicious things are happening to me. And where do they work? You see the lack of knowledge here. They say, okay, maybe Shani is the problem. Shani Devata. Or Vastu is the problem. This window should have been that side. Or my name is the problem. It should have this many numbers of characters. Numerology. Where is the problem? Actually, problem is somewhere else. I am finding solution somewhere else. Now a question may come, Swamiji, then how is it that these people are believing? The very fact that they are believing in all this shows that they are seeing results. Why are they seeing results? Now this also has to be understood. Let us say this person is told, hey, see this particular japa you do. It's very, very powerful mantra given by a powerful guru. And this mala is also very powerful. This mala is used by some great rishi in the past. That is what I am going to give you. Now with this faith, he chants. What is the faith? This is something unique. And this mala is going to give me power. And then he chants. So actually what is happening? This information has given him some positive thoughts. So it is his own thoughts which is giving him strength. Mala is not doing anything. Exactly like the crutches. Is the crutches giving the person any support or strength, power? No. Your own body weight is reflected back to you to make you strong. Yes or no? Crutches is not giving you strength. Your own body weight reflected back to you through the crutches. Crutches become an alambanam, a support. In the same way, your faith in, say, Vastu. Hey, if you put this here, definitely it is going to work. Your faith. So what has that person done in the name of window? Negative thoughts have been converted to positive thoughts. Yes, this will work. Your own positive thoughts, they are giving you results. Everywhere it is the same. So instead of depending upon somebody, something, some external entity, if you can ensure this, let me correct my thoughts, ensure that my thoughts are good, noble, divine, then only good things will happen to you, because that is a law of this cosmos. As your thoughts, so is the world formed around you. So the whole of spirituality is working on our own thoughts. And where are these thoughts? Outside or inside? Inside. So where should we work? Inside. This is one of the very many purposes of meditation. In meditation, you look within. You find out what all are those thoughts. Observe your thoughts. That is the first step. Pay attention to your thoughts. What all kinds of thoughts are going on. That is the first thing. As long as we don't look within, we will not find what is happening within. If you are looking outside, you will see the outside world. If you are looking inside, you will see inside thoughts. So first step is observe. Observing itself is a great sadhana. Observe. Then what will happen? Detect. You will start detecting those negative thoughts, problem-creating thoughts. Then what has to be done? Eliminate them. How will you eliminate? Substitute with positive thoughts, right thoughts. Wrong thinking has to be substituted by right thinking. And the right thinking, that has to be strengthened. So observe, detect, eliminate, substitute, strengthen. And once positive thoughts, right thoughts are strengthened, that becomes effortless in you. And these right thoughts will effortlessly bring in auspicious, conducive environment around you. So really speaking, the world around you is chosen by you. It appears as though we have no control over the outer world. We are helpless victims. It appears. As long as your effort is in trying to change the outer world, you will find that you have no control over the outer world. But the moment you start working on your inner world, you will find amazingly how the outer world transforms itself. Adhaschordhvam prasirtas tasya shakhaha. So here, to understand this verse, one homework that we all can do is look at the world which you have created around you. So if you are an engineer, you have created a world of engineering around you. If you are a doctor, you find a world of medicine around you. Trace how this world was formed around you. Trace back. You will find that at some particular point of time, you started liking a particular subject. Physics or chemistry or biology or whatever it is. You started liking it, then you started studying it more and more. You find interest in it, joy in it. You selected that topic as specialization. And what is studying? Studying is nothing but entertaining that particular kind of thought. You keep all the other thoughts away, and only that particular thought you go on strengthening it. That is called as studying. Even by-hearting also comes under that only. And then slowly you gravitate towards that kind of world. The world of engineering, the world of medicine, the world of music, the world of sports, the world of crime, all kinds of worlds are there in this. Whichever world you go, you will find that you are consciously or unconsciously cooperating with it. Without your cooperation, the world around you cannot be formed. By mistake, if you happen in some other world, for example, accidentally some people come here in satsang, what happens to them? They run away from thee. Why? The wavelength mismatch happens. They thought it is something else. They come here. Maybe sometimes they miss the classroom also. Instead of that music class, they come here. They will be miserable. Yes or no? You see? When is it going to get over? Huh? So by 8 it should be over. And it is there every day? Only today. Okay. So, I was discussing how the worlds are formed. The very same thing which they enjoy, the very same thing we get irritated. Because thoughts and the world, there is a huge difference. So now, this verse has to be analyzed in so many ways. If I am having problem with my outer world means what? Things, beings, situations. If I am having problem with things, with people around me, with happenings and situations around me, who is responsible? If I am having problems, I alone am responsible. Generally, what do people do? They try to escape from situation. You just cannot. Because as long as the source of the problem is within you, you cannot solve the problem by doing something outside. There is a what you call wound filled with pus. You put all nice makeup, polish. Will it help? All the lotions, moisturizers, so that others will not see. It won't help. Problem is inside, isn't it? Many times we end up doing these mistakes. In fact, that is why we have two categories in Vedas. One is called as Karma Kanda, the other is called as Jnana Kanda. Two categories are there in Vedas. Depending upon the maturity of the person, we have two categories. Karma Kanda is those immature people who try to go on improving the external environment for happiness. That is karma kanda. Too much of rituals. If you do this ritual, that ritual, vastu, all that comes under karma kanda only. Karma kanda means, let me change the outer world to gain inner happiness. That is karma kanda. But a little more evolved category of people, they understand this great truth. What? External world is the effect. Internal thoughts, they are the cause. So unless you work on the cause, effect cannot be changed. If you want a permanent solution for your problem, that permanent solution can come only when you work on your thoughts. This is called as jnana kanda. See? So what is the difference? In karma kanda, the person puts forth effort to change the outer environment. In jnana kanda, the person puts forth effort to change the inner thoughts. You see the difference? That is why these two can never go together. Karma kandis and jnana kandis can never go together, because one is extroverted, the other is introverted. There's a huge difference. So this verse is very, very beautiful. Just like the outer branch and the inner roots are connected. Outer branch is seen, inner roots are not seen, but there is a deep relationship. In the same way, the outer world and my inner thoughts are connected. Anubandhini is a term used here. Karma anubandhini. Now, we have to find out how anubandhini means followed by, due to karma. How is this world formed around us? Step by step, now we have to see. So the first step is sense organs interacting with the sense objects. That is the first one. That is called as karma. We have to understand this karma bandhini now. Karmanubandhini. Karma. First karma is sense organs interacting with sense objects. What happens after that? There is either sukha or dukkha. Sukha means joy, dukkha means sorrow. When sense organs interact with sense objects, there is either joy or sorrow. If there is joy, there is raga, attachment. Anything, being or situation which gives me joy, I become attached to it, I start liking it. On the other hand, if something, being or situation is giving me sorrow, dukkha, then what happens? I start disliking it, there is dvesha. So see the sequence. Karma. So what is the definition of karma? Sense organs interacting with sense objects. Karma leads to sukha dukkha. Sukha dukkha leads to raga dvesha. After raga dvesha, what happens? Now raga dvesha prerita karma. I like something. Now again and again I am tempted to do the same thing. Raga dvesha prerita karma. Now this becomes a vicious cycle now. You see this. Karma, karma phala, sukha dukkha, raga dvesha prerita karma. This is the cycle. Again, karma phala, sukha dukkha, etc. So, what am I trying to do? What all things I like, I keep it near me. What all things I don't like, I try to escape from it, avoid it. This is the way we form the world around us. This is the cycle. So, now if you see this, the term here used is Vishaya Pravalaha. Pravala means that nodular bud. So what is that nodular bud? Vishaya, sense object, is the nodular bud. First it is as a bud. Then what do? I go on interacting with that sense object, indulging in that sense object. In the process, what happens? Remember, Raga Dvesha is the Vasana inside me. That is a root. And the Vishaya is the world outside me. You see the relationship between Vishaya and Vasana. Material world is a Vishaya. Thought world is the Vasana. So in this cycle, what is happening? Karma, to do karma you need sense object. It is nothing but outer world. But that outer world is nourishing the inner vasanas. Vishaya pravala. So first there is a bud. Then this bud goes on growing and becoming the branch. Branch means the outer world. See the connection. And how is it happening? Karma anubandhini. It is followed by karma only. As a result of karma, this world around me is formed. Vasana in me is formed. There is a relationship. And they are nourished by the gunas. So either the world is sattvic world, rajasic world or tamasic world. In the same way, vasana in me is sattvic, rajasic or tamasic. Pravruddhaha, nourished by the gunas. This is what happens in Manushya Loke. Manushya Loke means what? In this world. This world in which we are living in. This is how the world around us is formed. So how does this knowledge help us? This knowledge helps us in paying attention to our thoughts. If there is something within me which is governing the outer thing, fine, instead of going after things which I cannot change, let me work on things which I can change. And what is that which I can change? Not the outer world, but the inner thoughts. Exactly like when I'm looking my face in a mirror, it appears as though the mirror is not perfect. So then I start working on the mirror. Will it help? Something is here, but I'm seeing there and I'm working there. It won't help. But the moment you start working here, that improvement is seen there. The moment I start working with my thoughts, on my thoughts, I start finding that the world around me becomes more and more beautiful. When the thoughts are noble, divine, naturally those thoughts will become noble, divine words. Your speech becomes noble, truthful, sweet, divine. So when your words are sweet and divine, what happens to the other person? Remember, all of us, we are a mixture of good and bad. The question is, what are you attracting towards yourself? You abuse that person, the bad thing in that person will react to you. But you use sweet words, that person is helpless in bringing out what is good in him. So this is how these good people have a good world around them. They force others to become good. You may be a bad person, but in front of me, I will force you to be good. How? The more and more I show love and respect to the other person, he has no choice but to love and respect me. This is how you force goodness. You squeeze out goodness from others. On the other hand, a person who has no control over thoughts, words, deeds, etc., such a person, what does he do? Even in good people, he attracts everything bad. So that's why the thought, beware of your thoughts because they become your words. Beware of your words because they become your actions. Beware of your actions because they become your habits. Beware of your habits because they become your character. Beware of your character because they finally determine your destiny. So first step in spirituality is not proving that the world is unreal. Is not proving that the world is an illusion. This is a big illusion. Many times you study scriptures and say, Brahma Satyam Jagan Mithya. Swamiji, how can we prove that world doesn't exist? That is not the first step at all. You will never succeed. God has created this world, projected this world for you so that you will prepare the mind for that highest knowledge. And unless that preparation has not happened, this highest knowledge will never come to us. So first step in spirituality is becoming a good human being. This is the first step. Creating a beautiful world around you. Through disciplining your mind, your senses, your vasanas, cultivating all noble virtues of life. As you go on cultivating such a pure mind, slowly you evolve to that highest state. Many people get stuck here. They start studying big texts like Ashtavakra Gita and all that. Mandukya Upanishad, all these Upanishads, they are fine, they are right from their own side. But some of these texts doesn't have any sadhana or the lower, because these texts are meant for the highest people who have already purified. So instructions are not there for purification. They directly enter into the truth. The whole world doesn't exist. It is all a projection of your mind. And then people start following it. Are they able to follow? They are not able to follow. Then at the seat of meditation, they are trying to nullify the world, negate the mind, witness the mind. They become complete failures. Not only, the problem is not just failing, you are wasting time. Exactly like a child in the LKG class. He goes and sits in some engineering class. What will he do? He doesn't know A for apple, B for ball. He doesn't know even the letters. He is sitting in an engineering class. What will happen? He will sleep off. Far better is let him sit in this basic class. In spirituality, you have to be very, very careful regarding this. Question is, am I fit to witness my thoughts? All of us, our own ego becomes our enemy. Yeah, I am fit. The first step in spirituality is, Bhagavan, I don't have any ability. That humility is the qualification. Many times when humility is not there, we attempt higher sadhanas and we unnecessarily waste our time. The first step is purification of the mind, cultivation of noble virtues, becoming a good human being, becoming a humble, sweet person. When all these things are done, automatically the higher stage becomes manifest to us. Bhagavan seated in our heart, He Himself slowly exposes us to the highest. So the first step is this. Create a beautiful world around you. And how do you do that? By working on your hatred, your revenge, your bitterness, your jealousy, your ego. You have to work on this. That is called creating a beautiful world. Who are the people who are able to irritate me? Work on those people. You don't have to work on those people. You have to work on your mind while dealing with those people. That is how you purify. What are those situations where I become helpless? Who are those people in front of him all my negativities come out? Can I truly forgive them? Can I have a good attitude towards them? See, the other person may continue his bitterness and all that. That is his choice. But can I consciously ensure that the presence of this person is not creating any bitterness in me? That is my success. That's all what is needed. What is needed is not, ensure that other person is friendly to me. No, that may not be possible. But one thing is possible, even in the presence of that person, I am not entertaining any negative feelings. This is called working on oneself. Every situation must be beautifully handled. This is called intelligent living. There is a situation which creates stress. I have to work on my mind, ensuring that there is no stress, there is no worry, there is no anxiety. So with things, beings and situation, each and everything being or situation which can throw me out of my balance is an opportunity for spiritual growth. It can be thing also. It can be internet, it can be food, it can be people, it can be some environment. Anything which is capable of disturbing me carries in it an opportunity to uplift me. So that which disturbs me shows that yes, in this particular place I have to work on myself. So these are the initial steps in spiritual practice. Slowly when you start working on the mind, what happens? It becomes a healthy mind. You see, our mind is in a mess because we have never worked on it. Any place, when we don't pay attention, that place becomes messy. Say for example, a room for so many days, years, etc. You have not cleaned it. How it will be? All cobwebs, dust. Why? Because that place we have never paid attention. In the same way with our mind also. Most of the time we are paying attention to what is happening outside. What is the most important thing? Right here, something where you can do, we don't pay any attention. What is happening in that Iran? So much of time. Iran-Israel war. How much freedom you have to change the course of those happenings. But I spend so much of time there. What is this person's opinion, that person's opinion? What does the latest news say? All useless things. Information is fine, okay. You should know what is happening. But your real place of work is not there. It's in your mind. So the more and more you understand the importance of this work on your mind, you will automatically see the change. Within 6 months, you will definitely see the change. And how will the change be? More and more peace. Because now you don't allow the mind to enter into the negative whirlpools. This is how you protect yourself. Wherever there is intense attachment, likes and dislikes, you enter into that whirlpool. But suppose the moment you are aware, see, once you are into the whirlpool, you can't come out. But as the mind is drifting near the whirlpool, if you are alert, then you can save yourself. Now the mind will go there and get stuck. So better nip it in the bud. So over a period of time when you work on this, you will find you carry a very healthy mind, a very peaceful mind. So first start with yourself. And as you become more and more peaceful, find you will be able to give peace to others also. That is how your peace starts. First, when your mind becomes sattvic, you automatically create a sattvic world around you. You see, this is how it is. First, choose a sattvic world. Slowly, when your mind becomes sattvic, you create a sattvic world wherever you go. You see the difference? First, the iron piece becomes a magnet, and then once it becomes a magnet, even the iron piece, whichever comes near it, becomes a magnet. This is what happens in the case of human beings also. In fact, all the Tirtha Kshetras that we see, it is all because of human beings only. Dakshineshwar, for example, it was there even before. But after Ramakrishna Paramahamsa's coming, now it has become a holy place. How did that place become holy? One man worked on his mind. That's it. Isn't it? In the same way, we have this freedom either to work on the world uselessly or work on oneself profitably. So this is the first step. So this relationship has to be understood. That there is a relationship between the outer material world and the inner thought world. The whole samsara vriksha is here. So why am I in this world? Now this is the question. I am in this world because I chose the world. Don't say God pushed me into this world. No. Even if you say God pushed me into this world, I have to say I chose this, therefore He gave it. So actually it was my choice. Isn't it? Now you may ask, Swamiji, if the world is full of suffering, who will choose a world of suffering? It is illogical. For example, some children are born in a very, slum and criminal environment and all that. How can somebody choose such a world? How can somebody choose suffering? Everybody will choose happiness only. So we say, you see, do you ever choose a negative thought? There are many times where we choose a negative thought. For example, the thought of anger. We choose it. We justify our anger also. We justify our hatred. So actually, whenever we are justifying anger, hatred, we are choosing it. And once we choose a negative thought, that negative thought will bring a negative world around us. So therefore, whatever is happening to us, it is our choice only. Even the negative things. So, what we have to, so the whole BMI chart is what is explained here. So what is BMI chart? Om, V, BMI, OET and PFT and OET. The world of OET, objects, emotion, thoughts. Where is it coming from? These object, emotion, thoughts have something to do with vasanas, desires. And the BMI also has something to do with the vasanas. Body, mind, intellect. There is a relationship. The body of a scientist is very different from the body of a boxer. Karate, judo people and all that. Martial arts. Look at their body and look at the body of a scientist. There's a difference or not? Of course there's a difference. So even the body, mind and intellect, it is born out of vasanas only. So whatever we desire, accordingly we will be given the BMI. Accordingly we will be given the world of OET. And accordingly we will transact with the sense objects. So what is the way to come out of this world of change, samsara? There is only one way. The we has to go. Desires have to go. Desires brought me into this world. Desirelessness will take me out of this world. This is the whole essence. Now the question is how to come out. That starts from the next verse. First step is how did we land in? Because the entry gate itself is the exit gate. How to attain moksha? First think of how did I enter into bandhana. The way to liberation is just the opposite of way to bondage. How did I bind myself? Just do the opposite. Exact like binding also. Just go the opposite route and then you are liberated. So that topic will come in the next verse that we will see tomorrow. Right. Om सर्वे भवन्तु सुखिनः, सर्वे सन्तु निरामयाः, सर्वे भद्राणि पश्यन्तु, मा कश्चित् दुःखभाग् भवेत्। असतो मा सद्गमय, तमसो मा ज्योतिर्गमय, मृत्योर्मा अमृतं गमय। ॐ पूर्णमदः पूर्णमिदं पूर्णात् पूर्णमुदच्यते, पूर्णस्य पूर्णमादाय पूर्णमेवावशिष्यते। ॐ शान्तिः शान्तिः शान्तिः। हरिः ॐ। श्रीगुरुभ्यो नमः। हरिः ॐ।